He said, "Oh my Lord, save me and save my family from that which these people are doing." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered this dua of Lut alayhi salam. He sent angels to come down to punish these immoral and filthy people. And these angels, they told Lut alayhi salam, "You leave with your family in the night." And these angels assured Lut alayhi salam that you and your family will be protected, you and your family will be saved. And Lut alayhi salam, his family, it consisted of himself and his 2 daughters. Lut alayhi salam also had a wife, but she was not included in the promise of safety. Rather, the angels told Lut alayhi salam that as for your wife, she will not be saved, and she will be punished along with the rest of the people, and her punishment will be the same as theirs. So why was the wife of Lut alayhi salam punished? She was not involved in the sin that these men were involved in. She was actually married to Lut alayhi salam. She was not involved in the sin personally herself, but she supported their rights. She was an ally to them. She thought that if these people want to live like that, then we should let them live like that. That it's okay if they want to do that. So she was an ally to them, and she supported their quote-unquote rights. There's a lesson for us in this, in our modern times, that we have people who may not live the same lifestyle as the people of Lut alayhi salam, but they fall into the same sin that the wife of Lut alayhi salam fell into. They consider themselves allies and supporters of the people who lead this type of lifestyle. So there's a lesson in this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us these stories for lessons. So the people who committed the crime, of course the punishment would come to them. But even those who supported them and allied with them, then the punishment would come to them as well. So this is something that has to be reflected upon and has to be understood. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained that the punishment would come to these people, and the punishment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed for these particular people was a punishment that was different, a punishment that was unique, a punishment that was more extreme than the punishments that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent to other nations. And that also speaks to the gravity of the sin of these people. The punishment fits the crime. And the crime of these people was great. Introducing immorality into mankind and spreading that immorality amongst the people, this is something that corrupts society. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed a very severe punishment for these people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا جَعَلْنَا عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا وَأَمْطَرْنَا عَلَيْهَا حِجَارَةً مِّن سِجِّيلٍ مَنضُودٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that when His command came, when the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to destroy these people, what was their punishment? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Jibreel alayhi salam to lift this city into the sky. So Jibreel alayhi salam, with one of his wings, he lifted the land of the city up into the sky. Now imagine how terrified these people must have been. Imagine the city, the ground from under you actually being lifted up into the sky while you're still on it. So this was a horrific punishment that came to these people. They were lifted up into the sky. When they were in the sky, in their state of terror, not knowing what was going on, they were pelted with stones. And is the punishment finished? No, it's not finished yet. Then the city was turned upside down and smashed back into the earth, with these people still on it. This was the punishment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed for the people of Lut alayhi salam. And this was the destruction that they faced on this earth due to the immorality and the filth that these people introduced into this world. There is a lesson in this for the people of understanding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us these stories not just as a history lesson. Rather, in these stories of the past, there are lessons and warnings for the people of the present. in the stories of the past, there are lessons and warnings for the people of the present. So we need to keep in mind these lessons. What are the lessons we can derive from this particular story, and how are these lessons applicable to the current environment that we find ourselves in today? Inshallah, in the next part of the khutbah, we will extract some of those lessons and see how they apply in our modern society.